Hello, welcome to East Los Angeles College. This is a presentation for the Technology and Logistics program, and I am Mr. Garcia. I am the lead instructor for the Logistics program. I want to make sure everybody has had the opportunity to sign in, and we're going to be doing an overview via this PowerPoint presentation, so it should be about maybe half an hour, and then we'll have different people attend to you to answer your questions in detail. I think we should, logistics is a very broad subject, and so this is how we address it through our program. Our programs have a technological bent, but essentially throughout the ELAC Logistics and Technology program, we define logistics as the movement of assets, information, and people. Assets has that accounting, business perspective, of course information because of the information age, data, technology, and people because all of logistics is to serve. We also look at it from a structural point of view. We want people to understand supply chains. We want people to also look at it technically more as a network, and whether you're talking about supply chains or you're looking at logistics as a network, any way you view it conceptually, it's about creating value across that supply chain or within that network. As far as the scope of operations, we like to think that logistics is integrated throughout all business operations in every industry, and internally, externally, vertically. As we would look at a chain, that would be a chain coming down. But actually horizontally, this is global in its scope of operations all around the world. The world is flat. California offers a big picture of what logistics is because we have it all. We're the largest economy in the United States. We're the 8th largest economy in the world, and our imports and exports generate hundreds of thousands of jobs throughout the whole entire state. In particular, the Southern California involvement in logistics is dominated by the ports of Long Beach and LA. Together they comprise the 5th busiest port in the world. So there's plenty of opportunity here in Southern California for employment, and there's a necessity on a national scale because a lot of those containers two-thirds of those containers are going across the country to service the Walmarts and all the other sorts of Home Depots, et cetera, all across the country. So this is a hotbed for logistics activity, and because of the development of logistics, it's continually evolving, we need to remain competitive here in this local market. So what is now? We're going to look at local vision. And local vision for ELAC has been both industry and government involvement in developing this program. About 1996, industry went to Sacramento and asked the community colleges to develop logistics programs. And the reason was that they considered logistics 21st century jobs and essential to the prosperity of the Southern California industry and the nation. But they also were concerned about getting an educated workforce because of the sophistication that the industry has acquired. They also wanted to emphasize that logistics was embedded into all business activities. So that means there are transportable skills across various industries, again, retail, wholesale, you name it. Most businesses have a logistics component. So that means here at ELAC, we are going to be teaching logistics that can be applied to, in a very generic way, that can be applied to almost any job that you may try to acquire or are currently working in. Next, we're going to talk about the logistics courses that are within the ELAC CAOT Technology and Logistics program. CAOT stands for Computer Applications and Office Technology Department. And that is a department that the technology and logistics classes are offered through. Typically, we are looking at this DOL grant, Department of Labor. 3 certificates. There's a level 1, a level 2, and a material handler certificate. And I invite everybody to go over to this elaclogistics.com site to really understand what makes up these 3 levels of certificates. Just see who comes to our program. We have Franklin, who was a freshman student out of high school. He took these classes and now he's transferring to the University of Oregon and as a business major. Virginia Zendejas, she is a returning student. She was a displaced worker. She was a CAOT student. She learned about the program. Since she has gotten this CLA, she has been hired, and then she, in the process of getting the CLT, she got another job. So we've had a lot of success stories with our students getting this industry certification and being able to go to their employers, and prospective employers' interviews and getting work. Liza Lopez, she was from CalWorks, a young woman in her early 20s, single mom, and she came into this program. She's been hired by UPS as she's in the control clerk, I think is her title, and she's basically an air traffic controller for all these conveyor belts at the Cerritos UPS facility. Very complex, and within a few months, 2 months there, they were asking what management position track she wanted to be in. She had no real prior logistics experience before that, although she has done really well in our program, and she was highly recommended, and is been a featured speaker at some national conferences for educators. Her success story is becoming well known. Then we have Daniel Vargas, an incumbent worker, just happens again to be working at UPS and looking for promotion. And then we have Vincent Nguyen, he's a veteran, and he has a tremendous success story going for him. He was hired as a stock technician, and since he's been hired, he's been promoted 3 times within 6 months. Now he's a purchasing agent and able to write purchase orders for over $1 million, and has receiving further training out of state. Right now, we've done some marketing within our process of getting people into this program. We recruit people like today. We assess, people will assess you to see if it's a good fit for you and where you fit into our program, because there's different entry points. And enrollment, we want to do it right now. That's why we're asking you to sign up this sheet that's going around. And the classes are all 8 weeks, except for the 103 class is going to be offered all semester long, except for in class, but online it will be a shorter version. But I want to emphasize these are college classes. There is study, there is homework, there is testing. It can be very rigorous for people who have not gone to school before. That's why we recommend maybe 101, 102, 103 for those people who haven't been in the industry or haven't been back in school for a while. We do have some job readiness, basic skills, resources here on campus. We can take you over to the Career Center. We have labs here on campus, and so we'll make our students familiar with all these other services that are available to make your classroom experience, your educational experience, successful. We are dedicated to making our students pass the test. We have, particularly the CLA and the CLT exams. If you are accepted into those classes, we have a 99.9% pass rate. Now, that's to say that those students have, not everybody who signs up completes the class, but for those who stick it out, we pretty much make sure you're going to be capable of passing that class. Some people just squeeze by and don't sleep well the night before because it can be daunting, but somehow we've done our best, and our students do end up doing their best, and it's all worked out. So this, and most importantly, what follows after this presentation is going to be some of the paperwork that is very important for the Department of Labor. They demand to know exactly who's been here, and that the real people, that they just didn't give us the money and we pocketed it. So this reporting, the paperwork that follows, is for the Department of Labor. It's totally confidential. We don't really retain that information at any length once we pass it on to the Department of Labor. It's theirs. So I just want to let you know, please be diligent in this filling out this paperwork.